So we have discussed about the importance of water. Yes, that water is very useful for drinking purpose. It is very useful for our body. It is useful to remove the waste out of the body of the organism. That means now we know that what is the importance of water in life of a living organism, isn't it? Like without water, living organism cannot survive. We know this. And just give a thought, after knowing this also, are we using water properly? Now let's have a look first of all on the percentage of water, that how much amount of water do we have, how much water can we waste, how much water, I am saying this word intentionally because deliberately because we are wasting water. So do we have any option, this option is being given to us, can we waste water, or is there, like there is a big question mark or big danger if we keep on wasting water in the same way. So let's have a look on the amount of water which is present on the surface of the earth and the amount of water which can be used by us. See, actually the earth, if we talk about the complete earth, 70% of earth, yeah, 70% of earth is covered by water. So just imagine huge amount, like we have a lot of water on the surface of the earth. So 70% of earth is covered by water. Yes, 70% of earth is covered by water. Then what is, like where, like why do we need to worry? Why do we need to worry about all this? The worry is all about because now we are talking about, see, the 70% of earth is covered by water. Now when we talk about the 70% as a whole, so the 90% of water, the total, out of total 97% of water is present in sea and oceans. Sea and oceans. Now this is very true that this water will never come to an end. That means the water which is present in the seas, in the oceans. Now sea and oceans are never going to dry up. But can we use this water for drinking purpose? Can we use for washing, bathing, cleaning and all this? We cannot. Actually few countries are even doing that. They have the plants where the saline water is converted into it is brought up into a way, it is converted into the water which can be used, which can be even used for drinking purposes or drinking also. It can be used for various, it can be used as a normal water, fresh water. But then the cost of that water increases, and especially if I talk about India, we do not have so much of money. Our country is still a developing country, and number of poors are very high in India. They cannot afford they won't be in a position to purchase water at such a high cost. So when we say that 70% of earth is covered by water, that means we have got huge amount. Now total, out of total 97% of water is present in sea and ocean. Definitely this water is not going to come to an end, but we are not, we cannot use this water for drinking, for bathing, for various purposes. Why? Because this water is saline. It has got a lot of different salts in it. Now what about the 3%? Now the 3% of water is fresh water. Now 3% of water is fresh water. Now this water can be utilized, but now in this 3% of water also, now again I will talk about only fresh water. So again I will consider this as this total 3% as whole, 100%. Now out of this 69%, 69% of the fresh water is logged as the glaciers. It is present in the form of the glaciers, and only the remaining part, the 30%, is present underground. Now just imagine how much water is left. Just 1%. Just 1% of water is there which we can use. 1% of water is present which can be used. Now one very important thing. If you will open 4 different books, you will find a slight difference among this percentage. In points, 97.5, then 69 point something. So this variations are given, agreed, but we are talking about an overall picture. When we talk about 97%, so it can be 97.5 also, 69 point something also. So in different books it will be given in a different way, but here we are talking, in general overall outlook we are talking about, we are taking. So the thing which I want to bring in notice is that only amount of water which we can utilize is only 1%. Only 1% of water is there which we can use. But now, what is the? I was saying, and I said in the beginning only that why we need to worry. So we need to worry because among from this 1% of water is also what we have done due to human activities. Due to what we are doing, what we have done, we are creating, we are dumping all the waste in the water, and that is the reason even that 1% of water is not left for us for our use, because now water has become polluted. Water has become polluted, and that is the reason that really we need to think about this, really we need to worry about this point, that how much water is left that we can use. Because from this 1% also, how much water is there which is really pure, which is not polluted. So that is the question which comes in the mind, and we need to we need to find the solutions. When we know that danger is in front of us, so definitely we should find out, and we should not only find out, we should work so that in a way that we can avoid water pollution, as well as we can avoid wastage and misuse of water. So just a gist of it, 30% of water, 70% of water is there on the surface of the earth. Now when we talk about only the water which is present on the surface of the earth, so 97% of water is present in sea and ocean, 3% is there as a fresh water. Now fresh water is also how it is present, 69% in the form of the glaciers, and 30% as underground water, and only 1% is there which we can use it now. How and what are the measures? Now we know that this is a situation. This is an alarming situation. We need to be aware. We need to be, we need to put certain, efforts to get rid of the situation. So what are the ways? How can we save water? So first of all, what are the different things which can be done? So if we talk about the ways to how can we conserve water? What's the meaning of conserve? To protect. How can we protect water? First of all, the water pollutions, not pollutions children, it's water pollution. So water pollution need to be controlled. Definitely after discussing this small thing, we are going to come upon water pollution, and we are going to discuss water pollution in detail. So that is the reason I am not talking about water pollution over here in detail. So first of all, water pollution should be stopped, should be checked. Water pollution should be checked. If we keep on polluting water in the same way, definitely there will be no water for us, and then we will say that water everywhere but not a single drop to drink. Yeah. So water pollution has to be checked. Has to be controlled or checked. Now, what else can be done? See, whatever we have can be prevented. Whatever we have can be saved. So, misuse of water should be stopped. Yeah, misuse of water, wastage of water should be stopped. So, misuse of water should be stopped. Now, when we say misuse of water, so what, how and when do we misuse water? Very simple thing, and you might have studied this thing, right from the 3rd standard, that when we brush, we should not open the tap, we should close it, we should take bucket bath, and shower baths should be avoided. Leakage of taps, leaking tap is the main reason of one of the main reason, I should say, of water, how the water get wasted unnecessarily. Water keeps on leaking and we keep on seeing, yeah, water is going, yeah. So the leaking taps should be repaired. So these all are the examples of the misuse of water or the wastage of water, isn't it? So the water should not be wasted. So how the small things, just now like I discussed, like leaking taps, the taps should be closed immediately when it is not in use. Then just talk about the washing of cars and the washing of vegetables. So it should not be the case that we are washing vegetables and for that the tap is open. No, the vegetables can be washed in a small container with a small amount of water. And now one more very interesting thing, when the vegetables are washed, when the rice, dal and all these things are washed in the kitchen, the kitchen water, that means the water which has been used in the kitchen for washing, maybe vegetables, maybe grains, so this water should not be thrown. This water can be reused. So this is a small activity, which can even save water. Now take the example of the purifiers, which are at our home, water purifier, AquaGuards and all this different water purifiers, Live Pure, all whatever. The company is not the question. The question is that the filter water is being used by us, but the water which is coming out as a waste is not actually a waste. It can be reused or it can be used for some other purposes. So in this way, by putting small efforts, we can save water. We can save wastage of water. These are the very small things which need to be done, which can be done by us. Now, when I talk about the large scale, so when our country is totally dependent upon the climatic conditions. If the monsoon goes well, farmers will have good crop. If everything upon the climate, like if the rain doesn't comes in a particular area, that particular area will suffer like anything. So why not to use the water which is, when we have excess of water, say for example during floods. Yes, so the flood, when the floods are there, the water can be channeled somewhere, can be collected in a way, can be directed in a particular way. That means this water can be stored. When the floods are there, this water can be channeled, can be taken to some other place through certain medium, through canals, whatever. So the flood water can be saved, because when we have water, we are not in a position to save it. And again, when we do not have water, again we crave for water. So the floods should be controlled in one or the another way, maybe by the construction of the dam, maybe by the construction of the reservoirs, maybe by channeling, by different methods, maybe by supplying water from one city to another city, one place to another place. So the flood, when the floods occur, the water need to be used in a proper way, because that is a time when we are getting huge amount of water in excess, so that water can be saved and can be used for some proper purpose. Now, interlinking of canals and rivers. Now, definitely I know the other side of this also, that when I say that dams should be constructed, we know due to the construction of the dam, the water will be saved. We'll have ample amount of water which can be used when it is really required. But the other section, the other part of dams also, we know that it affects the species in negative way. Yes, take example of few fishes which migrate. When the dam is being constructed, that particular way get blocked. From that particular way, the fishes cannot pass, and those fishes which migrate, they get blocked, and the number of the species of such kind of fishes is reducing continuously because of the construction of dam. We also know that due to the construction of the dam, the habitat of that particular place get changed. Yeah. So surely there are many things which again brings in the negative part of the dams also. So it has to be done in a balanced way. It has to be done in the balanced way. There are many other reasons also, that when the water from the dam is being released in the mainstream, so the temperature difference is there, again which creates a lot of problem. So all this is there, but still the thing is that the rivers or the canals, if they can be interlinked, if they can be interlinked at one or the other place, in one or the other way, so it will be a huge help, because when there is a flood at one part, the water can be stored at the another part, it can be channelized to the another part and can be stored. When there is shortage of water at one place, can be given from the another place. So and we have witnessed even this, that some places in countries suffering from is having big floods, and the other at the same time do not have water. So this can be used if scientifically some solutions are being taken out. So now the groundwater should be replenished. Groundwater should be replenished. We will talk about this also, the various types of water, like what is fresh water, what is groundwater. So we are going to talk about this also. So groundwater should be replenished. Should be replenished. Now ground level, the ground table level has to be good. If water doesn't goes inside the surface of the earth, then water is going to flow away. So water should get so much of time to be there on the surface of the earth, so that it gets chance to get percolated, it gets chance to absorb by the soil. Now, if groundwater means what? The water which is present under the surface of the earth. Groundwater is a water which is present under the surface of the earth. Now, groundwater, how the groundwater can be used? See, groundwater can be used by digging wells. Groundwater can be used when we when the two wells are being done. So groundwater is very important source of water for us. So this water has to be replenished. It should not get over, So groundwater should be replenished or recharged. Now the water which is there on the surface of the earth, is known as surface water. So what is surface water? The water which is there on the surface of the earth, that is surface water. Now when we say groundwater means the water which is under the earth. This water is also very useful for us because most of the places we have tube wells only. There is a difference in a hand pumps and a tube well. Hand pump we need to pump, while tube pump can be connected by the motor and we are using in that way. So this groundwater, always remember, during summers, when the summer season is about to get over, and still we are waiting for the rains. Rains have not come and the summer season is about to end. That particular time it becomes very difficult to get water. Why? Because these underground sources from where we are getting water, even that particular groundwater also, this groundwater is also consumed by us. So it needs to be replenished, need to be recharged, and it can be, how it can be done? It can be done like, when it rains, wherever the area we have got tube wells, we have got, wells, the slope or the canal, or the small, maybe a small structure, as maybe through a small, sort of a way can be made for the water to come, and that water will definitely go and will get stored as groundwater. So surface water is the water which is present on the surface. Now groundwater, the water which is present inside the surface of the earth. We will talk about more different kinds of, how water is stored, how water is present on the surface of the earth. We will complete this first. Now, first of all, what we are talking about? We are talking about how to conserve water. Yes, conservation of water. Conservation of water. So we have discussed few points over here, that the water pollution should be checked, then the misuse of water should be stopped. Floods, during floods the water should be used, should be some effort should be done, some new methods should be we need to find out from which we can save the water which is in surplus during floods. Now, interlinking of rivers, the rivers and the canals, if they can be interlinked. Now, groundwater should be recharged. Now, after this we will talk about the methods of irrigation. Methods of irrigation. Now, when we talk about methods of irrigation, the methods of irrigation, we can divide it into two: traditional methods and modern methods. Now, when we talk about the traditional methods, there are various methods through which the water is allowed to move throughout the field in the same amount and same phase. And in this way, the water first of all get evaporated also. So again the water is getting wasted. Now, the part where the plant is there, that particular part need to be irrigated. But due to certain traditional ways, old ways, what is happening? The water, the water is flowing and lot of water is flowing, in the sense, the embankments, the canals are being made in which the water keeps on flowing and reaches from one part to the another part. That means the pipe is at one area, from here it reaches to the whole field. So from here, while moving from one part from A to D, the water gets evaporated. The water also get absorbed by the soil. So, and sometimes when when the irrigation is done more than it is required, again soil is being removed from the fertile soil, get dissolved in that we are losing. Then fertility of the soil get reduced. But along with that, the water is also wasted. So there are certain methods of irrigation like sprinkle irrigation, like drip irrigation. So these are the methods which can be used. So sprinkle method, sprinkle and drip irrigation. Now, what is sprinkle irrigation? So when we talk about this sprinkle irrigation, you might have seen the especially the gardens, where the sort of sprinkle is there. Now see, now this is the handle, I should say. Now here, like nozzle like structure is attached to this. It has got a lot of minute pores, and it rotates, it moves, and from this it is like shower, I can say. The water comes out in the way it comes in the shower, and this part keeps on rotating, this part keeps on moving. So now at present, if the water is being showered in this part, so again after some time it will rotate and the water will come in this part. So in this way, only required amount of water reaches the plant. The plants are not over irrigated. Even the water do not get evaporated unnecessarily. The water get the water is not misused. Water is not wasted. So this is how, by using sprinkle irrigators, or sprinkle irrigation is a method by which we can save wastage of water, by which we can save misuse of water. Now drip irrigation, if I talk about what is drip irrigation, so near the plants, now this is the plants, now these are the plants, near this the pipes are being laid and minute pores are there in the pipes, and when the water supply is switched on, so what will happen? From these pores, the water will come out. From these pores, the water will come out in drops. Water will come out in drops and will be irrigating it will come directly near the roots of the plant, so that it can be absorbed by the plant, so that it can be absorbed by the roots. So this modern methods of irrigation need to be adapted. Here I have discussed two, sprinkle irrigation and drip irrigation. There are various methods of irrigation, modern methods of irrigation, which needs to be adapted. So by adapting all these modern methods, the wastage of water can be stopped. So here are few ways through which we can save water, through which we can save wastage of water. Now again, the next point is the surveys should be done where it should be checked that where exploitation of fresh water is being done. So exploitation of wastewater, exploitation of fresh water. For this, surveys should be done. Now, that means lot and lot surveys should be done, that in fact which particular area water is being wasted, where the fresh water has been polluted, and how can we stop this? This all can be stopped by bringing these things into practice. There should be no difference in preaching and practice. What we say should be practiced. So now the next very important is awareness. Now awareness need to be spread among the citizens, among the common people. Now It's nothing like that, that we people, the one who lives in cities, are educated and we are not polluting our water bodies. It's not like that, children. It's not at all like this. We have witnessed that in history, the one who started the movement, the plantation movement, the movement which really opposed the deforestation was done from the village itself. So it's not like that we people are educated and we people are protecting our water bodies. No, in fact we are the one who are misusing and polluting our resources most. Yeah, that we are going to talk in water pollution, that how by modern methods, by factories and chemicals, how water is getting polluted. So awareness need to be there, awareness need to be spread, and how this can be done by by arranging certain maybe the painting exhibition. Just an example that can be depicted through various paintings, that like this is the condition and this can be the condition in future. Maybe by street plays, yeah, maybe by street plays, maybe by advertising, maybe by drawing competition, maybe maybe by rallies, maybe by fixing a day and going to certain places and depicting, and by different ways are there. The different ways are there to spread awareness, and it should not be the thing that we are the one who are spreading awareness and we are only not following, we are not bringing these things into practice. So definitely we are not the one to make the canals, we are not the one who can who can use the drip irrigation, all this, but definitely even we can put our efforts, we can give our best by repairing the leaking taps, by not using water, misusing water unnecessarily. By if we need to wash cars, what we do, we take the pipe and keep on throwing, wasting water. So it can be done in some other way by using bucket also. So these are very small ways in which the water conservation can be done. Now we are talking about the water, like surface water is the water which is there on the surface, groundwater is the water which remains under the under the earth. So groundwater, it remains under the earth. Now we'll talk about the capillary water. Now what's the meaning of the capillary water? We'll talk about capillary water now. Now see, surface water, the water which remains on the surface. Now groundwater can be found in different ways. Now capillary water. Now I can even talk about combined water and all this, but there's now no place to write, but still now. Now see, capillary water is the water which again goes through a minute pore into the surface of the earth. Now see, capillary water and gravitational water. Gravitational water. Now what's the difference between these two? Now see, this capillary water it moves through very small pores. See, first of all, what's the meaning of gravitational water? Water has a tendency to go and get stored down. Why? Because of gravity, it gets pulled down and gets stored over there. Now this gravitational water moves from the bigger pores, yes, macropores. But now capillary water is a water which moves through very small pores, and that is micropores. Okay, micropores, it moves through very small place which is present between the soil. Now it goes and gets stored, and this is capillary water is the only water which is very much available for the plants. It's very much available for the plants. Now this capillary water, when it is required, it is absorbed by the roots, Actually, roots move down in search of capillary water only, and this water moves up opposing the gravitational force. Okay, see, groundwater, the water which is present inside the surface of the earth. Now, the water can be present, it goes down due to gravity, but it goes, when it goes to the big spaces, it just goes, it passes and gets stored at very at the bottom, so at a greater distance. And this micropores, when it moves to the micropores, so what is happening, whenever it is required by the plants, the roots go down and the capillary water comes up and it opposes the gravity and it comes up. If the tube is narrower the tube, it will be more easy for the water to go up. So this is capillary water. Gravitational water is the water which is present, which goes down inside the surface due to the gravity. Now, next is combined water. Now, what is combined water? Now, combined water is a water which may react with the certain substances, certain minerals which are present in the soil. So, combined water, that is the reason the name combined is there, that it get combined with the substances which are present in the soil. Now, one more I can write over here, hydroscopic water. It's hydroscopic water. Now, this is the water which remains on the surface only, and it remains on the in the way of the near the particles, and it is not being absorbed. It is not being absorbed. It remains on the particle. This water is not available for the plants. The water which is available for the plant is capillary water. So, we will write the definitions of all these in very short. Please note this rest of the part, and we will move to the definitely in the detailing of this thing.